Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Petronet LNG Q2 FY26 earnings conference call hosted by IIFL Capital Services Limited. As a reminder,
Ladies
all
and
participant
gentlemen,
lines
good
will be
morning
in the
and welcome to
listen-only
the
mode,
Australian
and
Premium
there will be an
Solar
opportunity
India
for you to
Limited
ask
H1
questions after the
FY26
presentation
conference
concludes.
call
Should you
hosted by
need assistance
Confide
during the
Partner.
conference call,
As a
please signal
reminder,
an
all
operator by
participants'
pressing
line
star then
will
zero
be
on a
in
touch-tone phone.
listen-only mode,
Please note that
and
this
there will be an
conference is being
opportunity for
recorded.
you to ask the
I now hand the
questions.
conference over to
After the
Mr. Balaji
presentation
Subramaniam from
concludes, please
IIFL
note
Capital
that this
Services
conference is
Limited.
being
Thank you
recorded.
and over to you, sir.
Before we begin, I would like to point out that this
Ladies and
conference call
gentlemen, good morning and
may
thank you
contain
for joining us
forward-looking
on the
statements
post 2Q
about the
and 1H
company,
FY26
which
results
are
conference
based
call for
on the
Petronet
belief,
LNG Limited.
opinion, and
It's my
expectation
pleasure
of
to
the
introduce the
company
senior management team of
as
Petronet
of the date
LNG
of this call.
who are here with us today
This
to
statement
discuss
do
the
not
results.
guarantee the future
We have
performance of the
Mr.
company,
Saurav
and
Mitra,
it
Director
may
Finance and
involve
CFO,
risk and
Mr. Rakesh Chawla,
uncertainties
Executive Director
that are
FLA,
difficult to predict.
Mr. Gyanendra
I
Kumar
would
Sharma,
now
GGM and
like to
President
hand over the
Marketing,
floor to
Mr.
Mr.
Vivek
Parth from
Mittal,
Confide Partner.
GGM and President
Thank you,
Marketing,
and over to you,
Mr.
Parth.
Devabrata Satpathy, General Manager F&A,
Thanks, Krisha.
and Mr. Vikas
Good morning,
Maheshwari,
ladies and gentlemen.
Deputy General
This
Manager
is Parth
F&A.
from Confidely
We'll begin the
Partners.
call with
We
opening remarks
represent
by
the
the
investor
management team,
relations for
and thereafter we'll
Australian
open
Premium
the call
Solar
for a
India
Q&A
Limited.
session. I
On
would
behalf of
like to now
Confidely
hand over the call to
Partners,
the
I
management
warmly
to
welcome
take
you
the
all
proceedings
to
forward.
H1 FY26
Thank you,
earnings
and
call
over to you.
of Australian
Good
Premium
morning,
Solar India
everyone,
Limited.
and thank you for
The
joining us
company will
for
be
Petronet
represented by
LNG's
Mr.
Q2
Nikunj Patel,
FY26
who's the Chairman and
conference
Executive
call.
Director, and Mr. Kalpesh
I am
Vakharia, who's
Saurav
the Chief
Mitra,
Financial
Director
Officer
Finance
of
and
the company.
CFO, and I'll be walking
Now,
you
I
through our
would
financial
like to
performance
hand over
and
the
key
call to
highlights for the
Mr.
quarter.
Nikunj ji.
So net profit
Thanks, and
stands
over to
at
you, Nikunj sir.
805.75 crore,
Thank you very much, dear.
down 5% year-on-year due to lower LNG volumes. Revenue from operations stood at
Good morning, everyone.
11,009
We are very
crore, down
pleased to
15%
report the
year-on-year.
strong performance
And
of the
EBITDA
financial
is
year
1,117 crore
for
with
first
a
half
margin
of
of
this year.
around 10%.
It reflects the
We have
strength
also
of our
declared
business model
7%
and also the growing
per
demand
share
for the renewable
interim
energy
dividend,
within our
reflecting our
country.
commitment to shareholder
Despite
returns.
we had some
So far as
GST
capacity utilization
regulation
is
challenges
concerned,
for
we have
3 weeks,
witnessed
and
the highest
also the
ever
better
capacity
monsoon,
utilization of Kochi terminal in the
which
current
makes
quarter,
challenges in
which stands
execution of
at
the project.
stood at
We have come up
27%.
with the
And
strong
Dahej terminal
figures
processed
for this
211
this quarter. The key
The
milestone
expansion
up to now
activities which are
is
going
we have
on
successfully
of the
commissioned
Dahej
400
terminal
megawatt
is
TOPCon line
will be adding
within a
5
time limit
MMTPA capacity
on this
by March
Labpacham
2026.
before
So
2 weeks ago.
with these
That will make the
points,
total
I would
capacity
now like
400
to
megawatt
invite
TOPCon
the
and
questions.
400 megawatt monopuck. So total
Thank you
it
very
will
much.
be
We will
800
now begin the
megawatt
question and
facility.
answer
The
session.
further
Anyone who wishes
400
to ask a
megawatt
question may press
facility
star
will
and
be
one on the
commissioned. We
touchtone
are
telephone.
expecting
If you wish to remove
to
yourself
start
from the question
before
queue, you may press
the
star and
within
two.
the first
Participants are requested to use
quarter of the
handsets while asking
next
questions.
financial year
Ladies and
between
gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the
April to
question queue
June.
assembles.
The overall in first quarter of the next financial year, our total capacity will be 800 plus 400, 1.2 gigawatt. If we see the growth as per the segments we are
The
working
first
on,
question is
the
from the
solar
line of
pump
Probal Singh
segment
from
is
ICICI
showing the
Securities. Please go ahead.
continuous momentum, and we are
Thank you
expecting
for the
35
opportunity.
to
Good morning, sir.
40% revenue
Just
from
a
this
couple of
segment
questions. Firstly, you
for this
mentioned
financial
capacity
year
utilization
with
actually
the
going up
expected margin.
in this quarter.
Currently,
This
we have got
where is
approval
going
from
on in
the
terms of
10 different states from the local
Hello,
government
Probal.
agency.
Hello.
Our EPC
yeah.
division also
Sorry to
growing
interrupt
their
you. Actually, your
C&I
voice is not
segment,
audible. It's
not
coming very
only
low.
in Gujarat
Is
but
this
also in
better?
Maharashtra and Rajasthan,
Yes,
and
it
we
is
are
better now. Please go
expecting
ahead.
15 to
Yeah.
20%
My
growth
apologies for
from
that.
our
Sir, I was
EPC
asking
division.
that you
Our
mentioned
wholesale
about Kochi's
distribution
utilization actually improving quite
also
sharply in this quarter.
expanding
Can you just
from
expand on the
Gujarat,
reasons for that?
Rajasthan
That
and
was my first
Maharashtra
question.
to Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Haryana and
Okay.
South India.
So I would
We are expecting 50%
ask
revenue
Vivek
from this
to
division
please
for this
clarify.
financial year.
Primarily, Kochi
As said
refinery,
earlier,
which is the
overall we
biggest
are
refinery,
expecting
they have started
75%
now
plus
releasing
CAGR for this
cargoes
year
also over there.
and
So they have
coming year.
got
We are
cargo entry. The
advancing
cargo
our
came
backward
at end of June
integration
and it was taken in this
initiative
quarter.
to
So
further
primarily that is the
maintain
reason. In
our
fact, we are expecting similar trend
profitability
to
and
continue at
increase the
Kochi.
revenue
The BPCL will bring
long
its
term
own
by
cargoes
adding 4
under
gigawatt solar
regasification
cell
at Kochi also.
manufacturing facility. First
So
phase will be
even
1 gigawatt
and just as a follow-up to that, the
machinery,
final
which
leg of
requires
the
900 to
remaining pipeline
950 crores
for
capex.
Kochi Bangalore leg.
Once
Any
again,
idea,
thank you
any
very
sense we
much
can
for
get on where
everyone's
that
time.
is, and
And now I hand over the
what
floor
are the
to
timelines for commissioning of that?
my colleague
So we are
Kalpesh
hoping that within
Vakharia,
this financial
as
year,
CFO for
the
Australian
pipeline
Premium
should
Solar.
get connected with the national gas grid.
Thank you, Kalpesh.
So for FY27,
Thank you so much,
sir,
ladies and
sustainably
gentlemen,
speaking,
for attending our
what kind of
investor
utilization
con
should
call.
we be building in
I,
for Kochi?
Kalpesh Vakharia,
Even
would
a
like
range
to
that
take
you're
you
looking at.
through the financial highlights for
At
the
this
first
point of
half
time,
of
giving a number would be
FY26.
difficult, but
Our
we
total
definitely
income
expect
stood
improved
at
utilization once the pipeline
brilliant
gets
302.93
connected.
CR
And
compared
gradually,
to
once the LNG prices soften, we
164.24 CR
expect
in
utilization
half
of
one
Kochi terminal in the
FY25, which
vicinity
is a strong growth
in
of
the existing connectivity
84.5%
region
year
also
on
to
year.
increase further.
EBITDA increased by 121.9% to
Thank you, sir. Second
43.28
question
CR,
was with respect to
with
the
EBITDA
Dahej.
margin also
What we've
improving
seen
to
really is in this
14.29%
quarter,
from
the
11.88% last year,
term contracts
primarily
seem to
driven
have
by higher operating
reduced,
leverage
while
and improved
third-party
product
regas
mix.
cargoes have actually gone up.
PAT grew
Is this purely
118.7% to
a function of the way
28.60
that the
crore,
prices have been
with PAT
behaving
margin
versus
expanding by
term and maybe short
148
term?
basis points
And
to
secondly,
9.44%.
where are we in terms of
Our earning per share
contract
also
visibility for the
increased for half
expanded
one
capacity?
FY26
Since we are
stood
now
at
less than 4 months
14.19,
away of
up from
from the
6.63 in the
official
same period
commissioning
last year.
of the additional 5 million
On
ton
the balance
capacity.
sheet front,
Those
the
are the two
company
parts that I
continues
have.
to maintain a healthy financial position
Okay.
with a
So,
net debt to equity
you have
ratio of
already
just
have the answer to
0.05
your
as of September
first part of the
2025,
question.
reflecting our prudent
That
capital management and
pricing trends
strong cash
of
generation.
long-term vis-à-vis the
The
spot
commissioning
is
of our new
basically
400
the
megawatt TOPCon line
guiding
during the
factor. And
October month marks a key capacity
coming to
milestone
your
and
second
is
part of the
expected to
question,
further
yes, we
strengthen
are
our top
closely
line
working with
and margin performance in the
you
coming
know,
quarters.
many
We fully remain committed to
companies
maintaining
for
strong financial discipline while
booking
supporting our
our
next phase of growth, including the
commitments
upcoming solar cell
in
manufacturing
the
project.
expanded
Thank you so much
infrastructure.
for listening to me, and you can now just
Sorry,
bring
sir,
out
one
your
last
questions,
question, if
whatever
I
you
may.
have to ask.
Any
Thank you
update
so
you want
much.
to share on the petrochemical expansion project?
Yes, work is going on full stream. And
Participants
as
who would like to ask the questions may
notified
raise their
earlier, we have
hands.
also awarded all the major long lead item packages.
Mr. Raman,
Work
please
is work
unmute
has
yourself
civil
and
job has
introduce
also
yourself.
started
Hello,
on
sir.
field,
Can you hear me?
and
Yes.
that's
So,
the
hi, sir. I'm Naman
major
from Sequent
development which
Investment.
I can
I
share
have
with you right
a few
now.
questions with respect to the
The work is
company.
going on
What's our
in
current
full
order
speed.
book?
Raman,
All right, sir.
as
That's all
we
from my side. I'll
said
come back for
earlier
more
as
questions.
well,
Thank you so
we are
much.
working in a three segment. One is our pump segment,
Thank you.
where
Mm.
we
The
have a
next
purchase
question is from
order
the line of
for
Puneet
the
from
next
HSBC. Please go
2
ahead.
to 4 months.
Yeah,
In
thank you so much. My first question is with
distribution,
respect to the
we
Gopal
have
Port
a
terminal. If you can also talk about what is the
66
progress there in terms of
distributor,
environmental
but we
approvals,
take every
energy
month
part,
order
etc.
because there is
Okay.
always a
So we have
fluctuation of
also
15 to 20
we have already acquired the
paisa
land,
in
but
per watt
as you
in
are
the
all aware of the fact that
pricing. And for our
initially it
retail,
was an
we
FSRU,
get
now we have
everyday
converted
one.
into a land-based
So
terminal.
for solar
So
pump,
due to this change, the
our order
EC
book is
has to be resubmitted.
300,
And we have
310 crores
resubmitted
at the
the
moment.
EC on all the
Okay, which
details
will
for
be
EC
executed over the next
and
4 months, if
expecting
my
the
understanding is
clearance
right.
soon.
For 4
So
to
once
6
Any
months.
timeline?
Okay.
And
And
then
sir,
other division is
we have actually
we just do as it comes.
given
okay.
whatever
Sir,
additional
I just want to
information was
understand the
sought from us,
capacity.
and now it is
You
under
said you
process
have the
with
whole
the
capacity of 400
concerned
monopipe
authority.
and now 400
It
TOPCon.
can
But
be
I think
as soon as
when we
tomorrow or
by the
maybe
end of
whatever
Q1, we
time the
already had
authority takes.
600 megawatt capacity, right?
Understood.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And upon that,
And
Time,
secondly, on the,
yes.
if
you
you can
added
also comment
400
on
more
what you
in
are seeing
October,
in terms
which
Yes,
of,
takes the
yes,
capacity
the
to
new LNG
1
deals,
gigawatt.
what kind of pricing,
yes.
some color there, given
The
the
in
upcoming
month of
supply
March,
glut
we
globally.
when we had a 600, we had a
Okay. Again,
400
Vivek,
monopile
you
and
can
200
also
megawatt
notice
poly
that
capacity.
many Indian companies
Okay.
have gone out in
So
the
the poly
market and tied up
capacity
volumes
now
on long-term basis. So I mean,
Right.
most of
we
them have
just
capacity at the Dahej
sold
terminal,
means
including
those
Torrent,
machinery.
IOC, GAIL,
So now we have
PCCL,
400 megawatt
So which
monopile
in
and
a way is
400
good for
megawatt
Petronet because then it gives
TOPCon capacity because
sustainability
for
to our existing business
poly
because
panels
of
there
course
is not
based on spot
in a
prices there has been
demand
volatility. Some
overall.
of these capacity holders have not been able to bring the cargoes which they are supposed to. That's
Yes,
point
sir.
number one.
And how much did you sold this 200 megawatt of poly capacity?
No, it's just disassemble and dismantle and sold, because always 30-40% of the machinery we can utilize in existing facility, but like only the Tabor machine which we cannot use. So usually we have to dismantle and sell it to the the metal price.
So you got revenue
And are
in
you
front
also
of
trying
that,
to,
right? If
tie up
my understanding is right.
long-term
So I'm
volumes on
just
your own
asking how
balance
much
sheet, or
did you
that's not the attempt at this
dismantle
point?
it and sold the
Yeah.
unusable?
So
Okay,
that
that's
will
all.
be,
Thank you so much and all the best.
as I said, it's at metal price, means at scrap
Thank you.
price,
The next
but I
question
can
is from the line of
check
Amit
and let you
Morarka
know.
from
It
Axis
won't be
Capital.
much.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
Maybe less than 50
Yeah,
lakhs.
good morning. Now that
Okay,
Petchem
understood,
capex
sir.
is
And so
moving full
I just
steam
want to
as mentioned,
understand,
like,
we
could you
operate in
provide a
three divisions:
guidance on
pump
capex
segment,
for FY26 and
distribution, and
FY27?
retail. In pump segment, we just do
Okay.
EPC, right?
So
We don't
FY26, I
manufacture
think we have
pumps and all
already
that stuff.
announced in our
No,
earlier conference call
because in
that
pump,
the total capex will be
pump
around
segment,
5,000 crore.
50% cost
And
is from solar panel,
obviously, Petchem
10%
consists of
cost
the
is from the
major
pump,
share of that
and the
5,000
10%
crore
cost from
capex.
the
And going forward, once
mounting
the
systems like
project picks
metal,
up
and the
its momentum,
10%
definitely
soft cost
FY27
like
will be
installation,
witnessing
transportation,
the major
10 to
chunk of the
15%,
capex
10
towards
to
Petchem.
15%,
Right now,
including sales
I don't
commission and
think
everything,
it will
and
be
remaining is the margin.
correct
So
on my side
overall,
to
the pump
come out with the
manufacturing
numbers
can
of
give only
FY27.
contribute up to
But
10%.
surely, I think we'll be able to share more
Yeah, I
details
understood
in
that,
the
but I just want to
But we are
understand.
not doing.
conference calls.
We are not doing that.
Yeah, I just want to understand.
Sure, understood.
Out of this segment, you do
Also on
mounting and installation, right?
Koti, you mentioned that
No, we do the
historically
panel
12%
supply as
was the
well.
highest ever utilization.
Panel supply, mounting, and
Once
installation.
the
Yes,
Bangalore
and that
Kochi
project
pipeline is
comes
in place and the
as a
connectivity
tender
is
to
there,
us. So the
how
pump
fast
only
can the
we
volume
purchase
scale up
from the
happen? Like,
partners.
is it only
So
the
this has a
bottleneck is only the pipeline, or
gross
even the
margin segment
contracts
has
with
a
the
gross
customers
margin
could
of
take a
around,
bit
let's say,
long to come
60 to
through?
70%?
No, I think
How come?
this has already been
Because you're supplying
clarified
solar
by
panels
Mr.
as
Vivek
well as you're
Jackson.
doing mounting
So
and
we are
installation as
eagerly
well
waiting
as
for
you're
the
doing the project
pipeline
execution
to
part.
get commissioned.
Yeah, so if we, it's
The
not
moment
60
it
to
gets commissioned,
70%,
there'll be
the
an
gross,
uptick in
the margin
capacity
we are
utilization.
expecting the from pump
So
division is 12
contracts,
to
you mean to say, are it
15%.
already in place, or how
That's
how
all.
is it?
So 12 to
Major contracts
15%
are
is
already
margin,
in
because
place.
the panel have a cost, the mounting have a cost, the
Major
installation
contracts
have
are
a
already in
cost,
place.
the
We
transportation
also
have a
have
cost.
our
So
contract with
that's,
ExxonMobil,
and this is a service
which
business. In
we are
service
going to
business, the margin is always
start implementing
15%.
from next
Understood.
financial year.
Product with service.
Okay, sure.
And so my
could you
last
provide
question
the
is with
breakup
respect to your
between
retail division. In
inventory
retail, we
gain
are
loss,
selling
trading gain
solar
loss, and
water
service
pumps
cargo?
and I think solar grid inverters.
Okay. So
If
there
I'm right.
was, if you can.
In retail,
There
we
was,
sell the
there
solar
was no
panel
trading
and the
gain,
grid inverter,
like
not
last
the
quarter.
solar
Inventory
and
gain
solar
was
water
41
pump for the Kusum
Thank you.
projects.
That's all.
But
Okay.
that's, we can, when we say pump division, the solar
Thank you.
pump we
The next
consider
question
as
is from the line of
a
Maulik
pump
Patel
division.
from Equirius.
In
Please go
retail
ahead.
division, grid inverter and solar panel.
Yeah,
And
thanks for the
kit.
opportunity.
Like
Just one
in kit,
question
there is
on
mounting
usage.
systems and
You
also
mentioned
some
that the
electrical kit
pricing
as well.
difference led to this
So
kind of lower
my
term
question is
volume and
with
higher
respect to
retail services.
this
But
solar
pricing
grid
is pretty much
inverter.
stable, right? I
Are we
think term
manufacturing it
volume prices is
in-house,
still
or
much
are
cheaper than the spot
we
prices.
outsourcing
Or
the
is that something
manufacturing
related
of
to
the
scheduling of the
solar grid
cargoes
inverter?
We
which
out,
you decided at the beginning of the year,
for now
which
we
led to this
outsource.
lower?
And
Got
is there
your
any
point.
plan
Vivek, if you can
for
please. So you are
starting
right.
a
It
manufacturing?
was primarily because of
It is
scheduling. And sometimes what happens is off-takers take
in a
higher
plan.
volume in the previous quarter, which needs to be
Okay.
adjusted in the
Thank you, sir.
subsequent quarters. So it is
Thank you.
more to do with the more of scheduling
Thank you,
rather than
Raman.
to do with pricing, I would agree with you.
Before we proceed further, Nikunj
Got
ji,
it.
there's one
And you
question in
mentioned
the
Vivek that
chat.
there's some incremental
It's from
volume being
Kunal
tied by
Patel.
the
So his
IoT,
question is,
scale,
what can
CSPC
be
and others.
combined revenue
And listen, that
of
approximately
1
8 million
gigawatt
ton
solar
volume will come largely from the
module
next
and 1
year.
gigawatt solar
Has the
cell
customers
after December
have mentioned anything that
2026
they want to bring
when
that
we commence
additional
that cell
some of the
manufacturing
volume to the
in
hedge?
Q4
Or they will
FY27?
use the existing capacity that they
The
have booked
cell
with you as a part
manufacturing
of that?
takes 18
As
to
our
20
DSL
months
mentioned, that
just
we are
to
already in
start.
discussion with some of the
So
existing capacity holders
it
as well as
will
new capacity
up and
holders,
running
so that we
on
ensure that these volumes come at our
27th
terminal. So
after
we are
June
already in advanced
27.
discussion.
But 1 gigawatt solar panel,
Got it. Thanks.
we
Thank
can
you.
expect a 1200 to
Thank you.
14
The next question is on the line of
1200
Sabri
crores
Hasika from
turnover from
Emkay
the
Global
solar
Financial
panel
Services. Please go
manufacturing
ahead.
and
Yeah, good
remaining
morning.
from
So,
the
I have a few
projects.
questions. Firstly,
Say like when we do the
this
EPC,
gas
that
service
segment
volume.
always give 3 times more than the
So I think
or at least
8.25 million
double
ton is what has been booked. Can
turnover
you give
than
us a
the
rough
solar panel.
indication as
When
to
do we do pump?
how
It's
much of that would
2.5
be
times.
like
So
spot and how
overall,
much of that would
once
be term
we
with
as a
respect to the
APS
off-takers?
have a
I know it's
1
not your
gigawatt facility
prerogative,
and
but
up
just to
and
get
running
some color on that to understand the
at full
sensitivity.
12 months, we can expect
Ideal
about
off-taker is a different
1500 to
situation. It's very
1800
difficult
crores
to give
turnover.
how much is on term basis. But as we mentioned, that many of these off-takers have tied up volumes on long-term basis starting from 26 onwards. So we expect it to be more ratable and sustainable rather than on a intermittent basis. That's all I can say.
Right, but this quarter also the difference was there between
Yes.
spot and term, but still we were able to do 116 TBTU. So that is in line with that 8.5 million ton. So despite the odds, we have been able to like maintain that run rate. Is that right for this quarter?
I think you are the one of the best management I have seen in this
You're right.
stock market. Because
Okay.
every time you are
Secondly,
doing surprises
this
without raising
term
the debit.
LNG,
That
when
is
you
a
report
key
for
point that I
Dahej,
am
so that
liking
includes the
very much
ExxonMobil part also which comes to
regarding
Dahej,
your
right, instead
management
of Kochi?
qualities. So even
Thank
after
you.
doing so much
Yes,
of
yes,
capex,
yes.
still our debit
Okay,
levels are
and
very low, almost
and
nil.
this is all like priced
Yes,
in at
that's what
Kochi
we
tariff
like.
only,
Yeah.
around 95 rupees.
On this front,
Yes, you are right.
I wish to
Right.
congratulate
And
you,
once
sir,
we have this
and your
Kochi
team.
terminal coming
Yes.
at full capacity, I
Sir,
mean,
I
if the
wish to
pipeline is
ask you a
ready, then
couple of
entire
questions. First question is
Gorgon
regarding
volumes
our
will go
capex
to
and everything.
Kochi only, or
So
is
we are
the
having a
same
very,
arrangement
very,
is
very
likely to
excellent
continue?
vision. So
That will depend on
very
off-takers,
good,
how they want
very
to
short
to
period of
schedule it.
time, you will become the one of
Right.
the manufacturers
Secondly, this
in TOPCon
Gorgon
solar cells.
second part,
Okay, sir.
so
But
that is exactly on the same terms
as an
as the
investor,
first part, right?
our company, in
14%
our
slope
company,
and
what
it's a DS
am feeling
contract,
that
right? So it's
let us
just
we are
We
little
cannot
bit
divulge
lag
the
in going for capex.
commercial.
That I
right,
am
but it
feeling
is
why
like
because
just
when compared with
1.42
our
only,
other
right?
peers,
It's not. I mean,
they're
it will be similar to that
already
only, right?
started
Because
the
it was
solar
supposed
cell
to be an expansion.
manufacturing plants, and they
Okay.
are
We will
likely to
not,
commission in the
we will refrain
in
from
this
commenting
financial
on
year
this.
or the next financial year,
Okay,
in the
fair
mid
enough.
of the
But
next financial year,
yesterday, I
most
think
of
there
the
was an
companies.
article where your MD mentioned
So I
that from
think
next year, March, April onwards, it will
somewhere
start with
we
a
are
0.5 million ton per
little bit
annum run rate
late
and
on this
scale up
front.
to
That is my first
1.2.
question.
So
Second question,
we
sir.
can build that, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So
You already
you are
have
correct.
exactly.
We
Okay, sir.
initially
And
had
last
options
question,
to
once
operate the
this
solar
Kochi
cell
utilization goes
facility in
up,
other
so there
state
will
than
be
Gujarat,
again a tariff
but
reset,
we
right,
as a
to
management
maintain the
decided to
return
stay in
profile.
Gujarat and
Oh.
especially near
So
our
again,
facility.
it's a commercial
And
call.
we have find out
We
some
won't
land
be able to share
almost
it,
3 to 4 months
at this
ago.
forum.
And our water
So
application
tariff
approvals is in a
resetting
process.
happens, and we will let you know. But
So
at this point of time,
until the
we
because
cannot
in
comment.
solar
It's
cell
too premature
manufacturing the
actually.
key things is the
Right, sir.
water
Thank you so much and all the best.
approvals from the government. And as
Yes.
soon as we
Thank
get
you.
that,
The next question is from the line of
everything
Adarsh
else is
Hinduja as the NDTV
line up
investor.
and tied
Please
up,
go ahead.
including the
Hi,
banking,
can you hear me?
including the key management
Yes,
staff,
you're audible.
including the
Please go ahead.
technical
You're audible.
partners
Please go ahead.
overseas. But
Thank
until
you.
the
My
government
question
approval
was
doesn't
pertaining
come,
to de-risking the
we have to wait.
MNCC
Yes.
expansion.
And we don't want to
I'm
start
looking at the
in
past
other states
contract
because most of our staff
and
are in Gujarat. And
in
we are,
October last year, you
of
told it
course,
will
we
be
have a
completed
good
by March.
management team and
Then
we can
instead,
do so much
you
within
will take another 4 or 5 months.
little
And
capacity
now
or
you're
little
mentioning
capital.
March
But
2026.
we don't want to,
So if you could
for
comment
now,
on what's going on, why the
we
delay?
think it's a
Okay,
better we
okay.
work
I got
in
your
Gujarat.
point. Yes,
or
we do
from
agree
Gujarat?
that the initial target
sir.
was March,
Sir,
and then
my
it
another
was
question is that,
shifted to
sir,
October. But now we are
so
telling March
many solar
20,
companies
end of March
are planning for
FY26.
go for renewable energy,
When I'm
like
talking about March
they're going for
FY26, it's basically the
hydrogen
commissioning
business and everything.
of the
Yes.
expanded
Like that,
capacity.
of course, it is a
And
very
earlier,
initial stage, I think. Even
while
though
we were
whether you are
mentioning,
planning for it
when we had mentioned
in the near
March
future,
as well
anything
as
like that for green hydrogen.
October, that was the mechanical completion.
So you
Now,
are correct. The hydrogen is
still, I would
not
accept that yes, there has been some
worldwide.
delay in this
Still,
project.
it's not mature
There are
technology,
definite reasons
but definitely
for
the
this delay,
battery
and
energy
we
storage,
have already
we have
discussed
our
in
eyes
our
on it.
earlier conference
The
calls
battery energy storage
on
is
the
getting
reasons
matured.
for delay.
If we talk
But
about
maybe
in Australia,
for the benefit
say
of
like from last
this
2 quarters,
gathering, I would like to repeat
I am working in
the reasons.
Australian solar industry
Reason
since
number
last
one,
15 years,
monsoon,
and
and
the solar battery means
reason
battery
number two
systems
is
already
operations
started getting
in
mature in
So
Australia.
both
So I am
these
expecting within
factors
2
have played a
years,
major role in
not maybe within 2 years, earlier,
shifting
I am
of
expecting
the
some
commissioning
good
dates
movement
and
will
as well as
start
the mechanical
happening
completion
or
dates.
already happen
So
in India.
these
As
are the
well.
two major factors, and
So whether we
we are trying
are
to
going to have
cope up
some
with the
interest on that front also, sir.
setbacks
Yes, please.
with
We are looking into it.
right
Oh,
ahead,
that's great.
and
That's great.
should be able
And
to
finally, sir,
commission this
as we are
expanded
seeing the
capacity by
results,
March 2026.
year-on-year numbers are very, very excellent.
So
But
would I be
from
correct in
last 2
assuming that
quarters,
the
quarter-on-quarter
mechanical
numbers
aspect has been completed
slightly
and we're just
modest.
awaiting commissioning?
Sorry,
Hope, I
you are
think
not audible.
recent
Would I be
capex
right in
commissioning of
assuming that
model manufacturing of 400
construction is
megawatt
completed and you're just awaiting
that
the
might
commissioning?
increase the
again, you
QOQ
are
numbers
not
also in the
audible.
upcoming.
Sorry to
Can I
interrupt.
expect that, sir?
Sorry to interrupt.
Are you able to hear me
Yes,
fine
you
now?
can. And
Adarsh, your voice is coming
if
muffled
we
actually.
are already utilizing our facility at maximum level in last
Yes,
quarter,
it is fine now.
previous
Please go ahead.
quarter. So last
Yes, yes.
quarter
Yeah,
we
so
haven't
I
had a
wanted
room
to
to
ask, would I
increase
be
our,
correct in assuming
production
that
capacity.
mechanical
And
construction is
also
completed and you're just
little bit
awaiting commissioning?
GST change government announced on calls.
No.
So between
We
4th
are
to
still
22nd, everybody was
we have
hesitant to
not yet
take the panels because the
completed
GST reduced
that we have not
from
arrived at that stage. But
almost
definitely, I can say we are very close
reduce
to
up to 5%. And the other thing was
completing the
because of
project
the
mechanically.
monsoon, some projects
Okay.
order was
That's great.
already there,
Thank you. And
but
what's the
they couldn't pick
total
up the stock
expenditure
because
that's
of
been
they
outlay for
couldn't
this?
execute some projects.
On
But still overall
On
with
the
help of
capacity
different
expansion,
segment
what's the
and we have a
total expenditure?
diversification in
okay,
different
till date,
segments, we
so
achieved
till
the
date we
same
have
number
spent
as
around
the last quarter.
450 crores.
Okay.
And we
Then what?
Awesome. Thank you
definitely
so much for answering the
in
questions.
solar industry for
Thank you.
specifically retail
Thank you.
and
The
pump,
next question
we
is from the
always
line of
say
Shubham Shukla from
from
Voyager Capital. Please go ahead.
October, November, December, January,
good morning.
February,
Am I
and
audible?
March is like solar
Yes,
month
you're audible. Please
in
go ahead.
India.
Okay,
The good
yeah.
weather,
I
good
wanted to
demand.
get some light
By
on the
April, many
possible change
people
in
have
the
the
gasification tariff,
they
which
want to
might the
finish their
PGI-based
projects. Either it's a
constantly pushing.
government project or either
Can
it's a
you shed
C&I
some light on
project.
it?
So always in last
Okay.
we are working in India
Ramaji,
since
if you can
2013. So
clarify.
that's what my 10 years experience is. Always last 6 months, always perform better than the first 6 months. And the good thing is we now got the capacity expansion at right time as well. So definitely as you are expecting, I am expecting good numbers as well.
This is all about the
Excellent, sir.
registration.
Excellent.
Okay?
Thanks for
So
the
I
opportunity.
don't think PLL
Thank you, sir.
is
You welcome, Kalyan.
under
Thank you, sir.
any constraint or anything.
Just a
About
quick
the commercial.
reminder to everyone, if you have any questions, please raise your
Okay.
hand using the reaction tab.
But these are not okay. These are not on regasification. But if they're implemented
Mr.
in
Archit
any way,
Agarwal,
do we have
please introduce
any
yourself
quantum
and
that,
speak.
like the amount which can impact on annual basis to us?
Hello.
No, not at all.
Yes,
Yes,
Archit.
my name is Archit Agrawal and I am from
Now, the second
Steptrade
question is
Capital.
like a very
My
broad
question is with
question.
regards
As a
to the
country,
margin
like
profile.
the
As
gas
you have
consumption growth we have
mentioned
like
the
seen in
margin
last
profile
2-3
for
years.
pump
makes
It
me
is
wonder how are
12
we
to
going to achieve the
15%. So what
15%
is the
target of the
margin for
like
other
the
segments?
consumption share for the
For
country's next
wholesale, we
4
are
years from
expecting
7
10 to
odd percent now?
11%. For retail, we are expecting 15 to 18%.
Basically, 15% is of course Government of India's ambition, and we are all striving to achieve that.
Okay.
But as we
And
mentioned
what is
previously,
the
next
current
2-3 years, we are
capacity?
expecting a
Like
glut of LNG
you have
supply or
added 400
decent amount of
megawatt
LNG supply
TOPCon
to come
line.
on
So
stream, which should definitely
it
support
is
increasing share of natural
already
gas in
commenced
India's
or
energy basket.
Yeah, it's
So
already
if not
commenced.
15%,
So
we are
this
very
month
hopeful
we
that
are
it will increase
expecting
from current
30%
7% levels
output.
to
In
10,
next month we are
11%.
expecting 60
Okay.
to
And what kind of
50 to 60%,
volume as a
and
country
month
we will
after
be
we are
like if
expecting
any
full capacity
numbers you
because
can
we
put
need some
at
ramp up time.
11% consumption share, what kind of volumes
okay.
are
And
we
this
possibly might be consuming,
next
say
phase of
300
400
MTPA or
megawatt,
something?
it will be commenced
Not
from Q1
MTPA, 300
FY27,
MMSC
right?
MTPA.
Yes,
I think.
yes.
Same answer. Yes.
Okay. And
Yeah,
1
that's
Okay.
it.
All
gigawatt
right. Thank you.
solar cell,
All right. That's
when
right.
it will be
Thank you so much.
commenced?
From the date of
Thank you.
approval, it
The
will
next
take
question is from the
18
line of
months.
Hardik Solanki from ICICI Securities.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
And the
So we are expecting in by June 27.
Sorry to interrupt, Hardik.
Okay. And the
Your voice
For
is
capex
now.
of
coming low. Could you
900 to
please speak a little
950
louder?
crore you have mentioned.
Yeah. Thanks for
So
the opportunity. Can you please
you
tell any
will take the date
execution revenue
or
for the quarter?
how it will
And
be?
also, can you clarify on what is the
So
current
we are
sales and
expecting
Kochi tariff
to
rate?
invest
So
30%
we could
in a
hear your
business,
second
and
question
70% will
correctly
come
and
by
clearly. So the rates
Okay.
are again
That's all
something
from my side. Thank
which
you.
generally I would not like to discuss in this forum.
Mr. Neeraj
And I
Joshi,
would also request
please
you
introduce yourself.
to please repeat your
Joseph,
first
sorry.
part of the question. Regasification.
Regasification revenue for the quarter.
Regas revenue. Okay. Okay. So if you can please. It's 754 crores.
Maybe Mr. Joseph is
Thanks.
mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, congratulations on the good set of numbers.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nitin Tiwari from Phillip Capital India Limited. Please go ahead.
Neeraj, I couldn't hear
Hi,
you
sir.
properly.
Thanks for the opportunity. Just a few
Can you hear me
bookkeeping
now,
questions
sir?
from my end.
Yes.
What was the Gorgon's
Yes,
volume on the
sir.
Dahej
So
terminal in
I
this
don't have a
quarter?
question, so only a suggestion.
It's YTD 7 TBTUs.
Okay.
Yes, please.
And, sir, any Ind-AS related
And that is
impact that you want to disclose for the
actually
quarter?
Yeah, in
very
days,
good that we are venturing
the
into solar cells
positive
and the
at
battery
the
energy
gross margin
storage.
level, positive is
But
171 crores.
as somebody
And
has
there is a
pointed out earlier,
notional forex loss of
our
84 crores.
competitors have already
And
started
at operational expenses
the
level,
capex on this.
positive
So I
8 crores.
think we should
So the net
maybe
impact of that is positive
work on this
95 crores.
as fast as
And
possible.
Depreciation
Only a
82
suggestion.
crores, finance cost 58 crores.
Yes,
So the net negative
yes, you are
at
correct,
the
and
PBT level
we
is
are
45 crores.
also our top management also
Net
working
PBT
closely
negative
with
45 crores,
government.
you
And the good thing is we already have our contracts done
Got it, sir.
for long-term contract
That's all
done
from my
for
end.
the
Thank
local
you.
solar cell availability with Jupiter, and also for
Thank you.
TOPCon
A
solar
reminder to
cell.
all
We
participants,
already
anyone
getting
who wishes
regular
to ask a
supply from
question
the
may
local
press star
market
and one on the
because
touchtone
of
telephone.
our experience in the
The next question
industry
is from the
and our
line of Dhaval
relationship
from
with
HDFC Securities. Please
different
go ahead.
companies. But in meantime,
My
we are
question
also
has been
eagerly
answered.
wants to
Thank
start
you.
solar cell for now as soon as possible.
Okay, sir. That's all from my side. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. Dhaval, you there?
Mr. Achut Prabhat, you can
Hello?
speak next.
This question
Hello.
has been answered, that's what you mentioned.
Yes.
The next question is from the line of Indra Kumar Gupta from PL Capital. Please go ahead.
Maybe
Thank you for the
Mr. Prabhat
opportunity.
is on mute.
I just
Hello,
wanted
am
to
I audible
know
now?
what is the
Yes.
strategy or the roadmap to get the user paid dues recovered, because last quarter also we saw some impact on
Hello?
the P&L and
Yes,
this
Achut.
quarter as well. So just wanted to understand what is the roadmap going forward regarding that aspect.
Hello,
Yes.
We already have a settlement agreement in place, and
Hello.
You must have
Yes.
witnessed
You are
that
audible, you
last
can
year
speak.
also we
Yeah.
could recover
So
the amount
actually, if we see in
on
even in
account of
Twitter, like a lot
use
of
of
people
pay
are saying like
charges.
we are
And this
going to
year
get over
also,
capacity in
going
FY
forward, we
27.
expect the same thing
Can
to
you
happen.
provide your view on that? Like, is it true or
Any number in mind?
If we see, I
Sorry?
already said many
Any
times in the
amount, I mean,
past,
any
if
figure,
we
if you
see the
can
China
possibly recover this year.
overall energy demand before 20 years,
Any,
it was
any,
400
sorry,
gigawatt
come again,
active
please. I
power
couldn't
station
get your
requirement.
question.
And currently,
No.
India is also on 400 gigawatt active power requirement.
Yeah.
So,
So,
before 20
I
years,
don't
China
think
was there, and
that
currently China is sitting on
number is important
2,800
at this
gigawatt
stage.
active
See,
power
this
requirement
user
for
pay
the energy.
settlement
That
agreement
means within a 20
that
years,
we
our
have
overall energy consumption
with
for
our
India will go
promoter
up.
companies
Even if we
mainly,
don't touch at
and
China, still we need 5
we
times
have very
more
good
energy
relations
than
with
where
them,
we
and
are
most
at
of
the moment.
our
So
98%
every
of
year
our
and
business is
year
with our
in,
promoter
year
companies.
out, our
So we don't
energy
see any
requirement
issues
will grow up.
in getting
The
the user
current
pay charges. So
setup,
number,
government
I don't
of
think as
India
on
is
date
looking
is
for
important
500 gigawatt for renewable
for us.
energy. Out of that,
We are
300
quite
gigawatt
confident.
from
We have the
solar.
bank
That
guarantees
means
in place,
40 to 50
and
gigawatt
we don't see
solar
any scenario of
renewable
going
energy
for
we are
encashment
expecting
of the
every
bank
year
guarantees also.
from now on.
Our promoter
From
companies
recent report
will
for
be
the solar panel,
paying us
including
upfront whatever
recent
deficit will be there
capacity
by the time
expansion,
it comes.
there is 120 to
And
130
Okay.
gigawatt
put to account
solar panel
the
available,
CY 22
manufacturers
outstanding
available in
694 crores,
industry,
which will
including
be
some
up for
monopark facility,
Christmas
and
collection
some
this
maybe
year.
have a poly as well. Very little, but some.
Okay. Okay.
So
Thank you. And
the
if one more
overall
question, if I may
energy
ask.
requirement
So
will,
last
and
quarter,
also this is
there
a
was some
nameplate
impact from the
capacity.
FACT
So the
where
actual
they had to shut down.
production
So just
from
wanted
the
to know the status
so
if that
whatever
is
the
back
nameplate
up,
capacity,
that will
the
take
actual
some volumes
production
off
is
from
usually
Dahej
70 to
or Kochi.
75%.
They
So
are up and running
of
now,
course India
and
have
of course
20
these
to
shutdowns will keep
30%.
happening. So next quarter we may have some
There will be 20
facility
to
shutdowns.
30%
This is part of regular maintenance program which we have for various
additional
facilities.
capacity,
Kochi we come
but
to know
each
because
and
the
every month
utilization level
there
is
is not
low. So
a
there's the need to
symmetrical
Kochi we have to
demand.
tell.
Like
Otherwise,
6
this
to
is a
9
regular
months,
activity for
India
all
need,
fertilizer or other
say like
manufacturing.
it's not, if we need a 50,
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot.
48
Thanks for the
gigawatt requirement every year, it's not like 4 gigawatt
Thank you.
requirement
The next
coming every
question
year,
is from the line
every
of
month.
Sagar Sanghvi
Some month
from
it's
JP
coming
Morgan.
6
Please go
gigawatt.
ahead.
Some month it's coming 3 gigawatt. So the
Hello, sir. Am I
companies
audible?
who doesn't have a
Yes, you're audible.
diversified
Please go ahead.
portfolio,
Okay.
of
So I
course
just
they
had
may have
one
few
question. If you
months
could throw some
or
light
few
on
quarters
competition and
not
competitive
good performance,
intensity in the
and few
regasification
quarters
facilities
will be
in
good
India.
performance.
I
But
just noticed
company
in
like
this
APS,
quarter,
who have the
Indian
diversified
LNG import
portfolio,
seems to have
they
risen,
they
but
can maintain
overall
each and every
FMCG levels
quarter
we've
in and
kind of
out
fallen
at
a
least
bit.
what they need.
Is this some one-off or is there some structural trend to
okay?
this?
Thank you. Like, I mean, are the margins sustainable
See,
in the near future?
in any business,
Margin, of course, there will be,
if
there
new
should be some
infrastructure capacity
pressure
is
on the margin
created
for upcoming
or
years, but it will be adjusted by the top
new
line
terminals
revenue.
have come
And
up
as long as we are entering
by way
in the
of
vertical
greenfield or
integration,
brownfield
the margin
expansion,
will also
there will be
increased
initial,
also. So for
restructuring of
next, I
the
believe
business.
from now
But
up to 5 years,
going forward, as told
Indian
earlier by
renewable
Mr.
energy
Vivek
margin will
Mittal,
be sustainable.
we are expecting the LNG
Yeah, thank
volumes
you. That
to
answers
go
my
up
question. Thank you.
in the near future from 7% to 10 to 11%. Keeping in mind, we have also gone
Nikunj ji,
ahead
we can,
for our
in the Q&A section,
expansion.
there are a couple of
And we are
questions.
also
So one is from
coming up
Nayan
with a new
Gupta.
terminal
His
in the
question
East
is,
Coast
what
in
are your
Gopalpur.
views on
So in this
overcapacity
business,
concerns in
infrastructure
indigenous
has
solar
to
module?
precede
Please
the
discuss
demand.
that
So
demand
there is
versus
an
supply
inherent
in
demand
coming years in
available in the
Indian
market.
solar
Only thing
sectors,
is
and
that
what
the
would be the
capacity
effect
to
of government
absorb
policies
that
coming in
demand
June
has to be created,
2026?
and we are, doing the same.
From the June
So if
20,
you
like
have
see,
observed
there
that
is
there is
already
a
ALMM requirement
shift
now.
in the near
So
term
from the
of
June
cargoes
2026,
moving from one terminal to another.
it is not going to change so much because
phenomena,
still there will
and
be
we are
C&I
quite
segment
confident that
and some personal
going
project
forward
will
with
be
our
the solar cell will be keep
expanded
important
capacities
because
in
currently
Dahej as well
also
as
the
the new terminal
rooftop
coming up in
projects are
Gopalpur,
under
we'll
ALMC.
be able to
The
serve the country
pump projects
to
are under
moving
ALMC.
towards
And
gas-based
only the bigger
economy
projects,
going
which
forward.
is from the say like
Well
Coal
understood, sir.
India
Just a follow-up
and
then.
the NTPC,
The 7
those
to
projects
11%
will
growth
come
that you
under
mentioned, which
ALMC
sectors
from
are you banking on
2026 onwards, which
in terms of
APS
leading this growth?
is not doing at all up to now. So
there are
for
quite a
us,
few
there will
sectors,
be not many changes, but overall
like
market,
I would
yes,
say
there is a good
petchem,
demand of local solar
refining,
cell in
power,
upcoming
fertilizer,
years.
mining equipment.
We don't have any
Then
exact numbers.
LNG
How many
as a transport fuel,
manufacturers are
CGT.
planning?
So,
There are many people saying they are planning,
CGT,
but how many will be
sorry.
executed within
So
next
these are
12 to
the
24
major
months? That will be
areas of
very
growth
important.
that we can
But the overall, if
going
we have
forward
80
will
to
witness.
90 gigawatt capacity of solar cells,
All right. Is it
we
fair
do
to
have a
assume
ability
CGD will lead
where
the growth
everybody can
amongst the
make
pack?
a good margin
Yes,
as
definitely.
what business needs.
All right. Thank you so much for
But
answering the
currently we
question.
have only 20 gigawatt
Thank
running
you. The next
capacity as
question
per
is from the line of Bineet
recent
Banka from Nomura Holdings. Please go ahead.
2025. Running
Hi,
is
thank you for the
15,
opportunity, sir.
but then
So,
few are coming.
following
So
up on
25
UOP,
gigawatt is
so I think
what
as of
some reports say.
FY26 end, cumulative provisions are around 7.4 billion rupees. And I understand that most of these provisions were created
We have
between
Mr. Sandeep
FY
Kaur
third quarter
to ask
FY22
the
and fourth
question
quarter
right now.
FY23. So, how much of these provisions will be written back over the next 2 quarters? Because I believe you
Sir,
said
you are
694 crore is something
I
we
am
are looking
Sandeep
at.
Kapoor,
Can you get
not
the number?
Sandeep Kaur. There are 3 issues that I have
By the time
I'd like to address to the management.
by the time we reach
Will you be
December,
able to maintain your margins
about 87.5%
similar
of
to
this
last year,
695
or will
crores
these
would have been
margins rise?
provided.
That's the first question.
So this will be the reversal.
We will maintain and we
in
are
the third
pushing
quarter
for
we
the
can
little
expect
bit
around
better performance
650
than
odd
the
crores
last
reversal.
year.
See, third
Sir,
quarter
can you be more
of the
specific with the
financial year
numbers?
is the settlement quarter, that quarter end. But as
So
you can see from
I
the
will
past
pass it
trend,
to our
that the
CFO. Maybe
BGs
he
are
will
actually
be right
live
person.
till
But
the end
overall,
of
I am
March.
expecting a
So
better year than
the
last year.
exact
Kalpesh, you
settlement
like to
will
say
happen in
something?
the fourth quarter only.
Hi Sandeep,
And
how are
the
you?
reversal will also
I'm
be taken
fine.
in the
I'm an
fourth
investor
quarter.
in your company, and I look
One
forward to
of the
grow with you.
payments.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
yeah,
much.
absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely. And we
thank
also would
And
like, you
my
know,
second
everybody grows
question is
with our
on
company.
other expenses.
So
Why
I would
it
like
was,
to answer your this
I think
question
it
about
was
the
up
margins
quite a bit
going
if you look
forward.
at
So
quarterly
right
trend
now, as
over
the
the year.
Nikun bhai said, that pump we have got margin of about, you
See,
know,
because
13 to
we have
15%.
mentioned that in the
Wholesale
new
has got
accounting
about
there is
10
a
to
forex loss
11%.
of 84 crores.
Retail has
National
got about
forex loss.
15 to 18%. And
So
this margin
that
has sustained
if
in the
you
last
take
3
that
quarters.
out, then
And going forward
the
also
other
in the
expenses
next
will
3
be in
to
line.
4 quarters, we expect the same amount of margin. Probably wholesale
And
can
sir,
go down a little
what
bit
is this
because
pertaining
of the
to the forex
competition.
loss? Is
Probably
this
say
on
from right now it is
payable in US dollar
10.50,
terms for
10.75 right now.
Qatar
It can
Airways
go
or
down to
something else?
10% max,
No,
but
we
not
have
more
done the
than
lease
that.
accounting
In pump,
majorly
we continue to
on
maintain the
the
margin because the order
vessels
book
that
that
we
we
have
have,
chartered
we
for
have got the margin, you know, in the next
for
6
the
months
Qatar
that
gas
we are going to
volume.
get.
So on
And
those
for the
vessel
retail
charters,
will
if you can
definitely have
see
good
the
margin
balance sheet,
because
there is
retail and
lease
CNA have got
liability,
good margin of
which
about
is
15
in
to 18%,
US
which
dollars,
we continue to
approximately
sustain
around
for the next 3 to 4
little less than
quarters.
300 million right now. So there was an impact of
Can I
about
continue with my second
$3.25,
question?
3.25
Yes, please.
rupees per dollar in this
Considering
quarter.
that
And that
there's a lot of
tantamount
new
to about
capacity
84
coming up,
crores
whether
notional
it's
forex loss.
Wari,
So
nearly
what do you
every
think
player is
about
expanding.
trying to hedge this
So,
exposure? Because this is something
what
which
is
creates
your
volatility on
company's
every quarter. So
future strategy?
why not just hedge this? And
Would you
since
be
you
dependent
already
more
have a
on
lot
tenders,
of
or would your strategy
cash
be
in
more focused towards
rupee terms, so maybe
actual
you can also
users
look at
in your
parking some
pump
of that money
business?
in US dollars.
These
Good question,
costs are
Sandeep.
actually passed
Nikunj
through
here.
to the
See,
off-takers as per our
India,
contract.
as I
So
said,
it is
as
a
a
natural
India,
hedge.
we have 40 to 50 gigawatt every year requirements.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you.
30% requirement comes from the residential, C&I
Thank you.
and pump
The next
segment.
question is from the line
Another
of Somaya from
70%
Relevant
means
as far.
35
Please go ahead.
gigawatt comes from the ground mounting projects. So as a APS, from this quarter, we are started recruiting the salespeople who can go and speak to the project developer. Because until now, our capacity was always occupied for the remaining 35% of the market share, like residential, C&I, and a pump project. And it is always easy to get 50 megawatt orders and do your turnover. But it is always hard to do 50 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt projects, and we have done that very nicely. And I must say, I must congratulate our team for that. And that ability, again, we are working in very limited states. Example for residential. We are just doing in Gujarat, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. But that we can expand to so many states in coming periods very easily, because we have a good exposure working in this. Earlier, we were just working in Gujarat. We have added the Rajasthan, and then we have added the Maharashtra. So that division itself can grow for next 3 to 5 years easy. Which for other manufacturer,
we can,
if they want to come in this segment, it takes easily 2 to 3 years or 4 years. But for APS to grow, to go in the ground mounting project supply, it may take two good salespeople. And then that's it, because we are in manufacturing since last 12 years. People know us as a brand. We have so many solar panels installed in country since last 12 years, and they are up and running as well. Just only difference will be they were 100 kilowatt job, and this is going to be 1 megawatt job. So we have 66% market share is open for us to expand. And for us, to keep the 1.2 gigawatt capacity busy, I don't feel that challenging at all in even coming period.
There is a
because we are one of the pioneer solar panel manufacturer in India. And we don't have like we don't want
FSRU
for now like within 3 months or 6 months we don't want like 5 gigawatt or 10 gigawatt.
Whatever additional documents
that's a very good strategy. So basically you're saying our focus is going to be
so we are awaiting the clearance
your own end consumption in residential.
The moment it comes,
is my understanding correct?
And we will grow in ground mounting
going forward. From now onward,
so what if we see overall portfolio, because until now we had 400 megawatt capacity, so 400 megawatt will easily consumed by residential supply and the pump. So even we are adding 400, so even we do up to 600 megawatt for our in-house projects for solar pump. Distribution and the residential, still we only may require 400 to 600 megawatt capacity, and which we still have 6 months to grow that division, and that holds 66% of India market.
Petronet LNG, please go ahead.
Can I continue with my questions, or should I hand over to somebody else?
No.
Sorry, Mr. Patel, you are from which company?
So can you give me a breakdown on what kind of percentage is
so Yogesh Patel here from Dolat Capital, and thanks for taking my question.
Ground
So the
installation, how
question
much is
related to the
residential?
capital
What kind of
expenditure, sir, as per
breakdown do we have?
reported cash flow statement,
So,
we have
In terms
paid
of
a
the
5.5
turnover or in
crore
terms of
amount in the first half
the
FY26,
profit percentage?
while we are guiding the capex of 5,000 crore for
In terms
full
of
year
the turnover
FY26.
until this
So the
first 6
capex
months,
jumped from 500 crore to 5,000
I
crore in
pass
the
it to
next 6
Kalpesh
months.
because he has the
If you could
exact figure, so you can get the
some
correct
guidance
information.
yes, Sandeep, this is Kalpesh here again.
Okay,
so
so
in
the
pump,
major
we had
capex,
got a turnover of 102 crore point 89 lakhs
basically
in
will
April
be
to September
incurred
quarter. In wholesale, that is our distribution
projects.
side, We have got a turnover of about 165 CR.
Number two,
and retail, our EPC business, retail rooftop, residential rooftop, and CNI has a turnover of about 34 crores.
CapEx,
with a margin, as I said earlier,
but again,
the pump had given a margin of about 15%, which is a profit of about 15.5 CR.
Timely
and wholesale distribution department has got a margin of 10.25%, which has got a profit of 16.99 CR.
So
about 17 CR, and TIL has got a margin of 17%, which is about 5.75 CR.
Schedule. And so far as
Nikunj,
capex on petchem is
sure I'm addressing
concerned,
your marketing
I would
team.
say that
what is your strategy? Would
you
you
will
have
see
your
a
own
major
teams in place
capex,
for marketing, or will
during
you
the
do it
H2
through
of
dealers
this financial
and
year.
self-appointed dealers?
Reason
or
being because the
wholesalers, or what
major
is your strategy,
work
marketing strategy going
packages
forward?
have been already
See,
awarded,
when
and
say
few
like
major ones are in
state
the
like
pipeline.
Gujarat, even we support
advanced
all our
stages of
distributor
award.
in other
So
state
the
as well.
moment
But
these
state like
major
Gujarat,
packages
our marketing,
which are in the pipeline
we have in-house
will get
marketing
awarded,
team.
you will
But
see
say like if we are starting in a
cash
new
flow on
state,
that
say
account.
like in MP,
So few
then we support our
capexes are
distributor.
still
We have in-house
waiting to be
marketing
awarded.
team. He
So there is a
support
chance
our
that
distributor business
capex
to do the
portion of a
marketing
capex
for
will
his
slip
business
into
and our business
the
together.
FY27, like June
So
20.
As of now,
Okay,
we
go
don't
on.
expect that. We don't expect that.
So the channels
Okay,
where
so
we,
you are firm
so the
that in
states where we have
FY26 the
strongly
capex number would
established,
be around
where
5,000 crore.
we
Yes,
basically
as of
spend in
now, subject
marketing
to
based on
condition
the revenue
that we
per
get the
state.
EC clearance of Gopalpur on time.
So this state, if you are doing that much
Second
revenue,
question
we do
related
certain
to our
percentage of the market.
regas contract
And
renewal
if the
with the off-takers.
yes.
So what
Nikunj,
exact
since I'm a
month of
business
the
myself,
year these
when you do this
contracts
kind
are
of a
going to end,
marketing,
and
what
it
kind,
will
how many
again
people,
resume
what kind of
post-renewal?
people do you have in
So is
maintenance?
it
How
a
many people
December
in
2027 or March
marketing, and
2028?
how many people say for
So the existing contract is till April
overall
2028,
looking at the structure?
and
So are you
immediately
going to
after
have
that, the new
a
contract.
very thin structure, or are you going to have
2028 March
hierarchical
2028.
structure for this marketing?
Sorry?
See,
Is
when
it the month
the
of March
marketing
2028
for
or
the
some other month?
residential rooftop,
April 2028.
whichever state we active,
Oh,
all the
thanks a
call
lot,
comes
sir.
to
And all the best.
our call center, and we train our staff to close the
The
sales
next question is from the
on
line
phone.
of Aman
We
Chaudhary
do have
from
the
Jefferies
service
Financial
team
Group. Please go ahead.
in because anyway for distribution as well we need a service team. So we use like say
Excuse me, Aman,
every
you
50
there?
kilometer or 75 kilometer if the
Actually,
or
your sound
100
is coming
kilometer.
muffled.
So when we have a strong penetration within 50 kilometer radius, we will have the one service person. So in Gujarat,
As
we
this
have like
participant
14
line
to
got
15
disconnected,
service
we'll move
people.
on to
But
the next
if
question. The
customer
next
wants
question is from the line of
them
Sabri
to
Hazarka
visit,
from
so
Emkay
same
Global
people
Financial
go and
Services. Please
visit
go
and
ahead.
collect the documents from the
Thank you for the
customer as well.
opportunity once again. So,
So they do both.
I just
They
have a
support the
bookkeeping
sales
question.
and they do support the
Provision that
actual
you've
service
taken,
as well.
I think
To all the division, like pump division, wholesale division,
740 crore.
and the retail division.
So, can
So
you break it up
basically
between
for sales, we
22
need one
CY
good call
22 and
center,
CY
and we
23?
can expand the sales for residential. For the installation, all the installation happen by the contractors. So we have identified contractors, we give them a training, we also check their installation randomly. Initially 5 installation, we must check, we approve them. After that, every randomly 1 out of 10 installation get checked by our team as well.
Okay, fair enough. And second is,
So
any guidance you'd like to give on
This
FY26
strategy is
volumes?
okay,
Are
but
we
you
at
need
the
to be
same
more
level right
proactive.
now?
For example,
Any color on that?
when I look on the social media, I find your presence is hardly there.
FY26 overall
And I
year
see that
this year.
it's on the social media, YouTube,
this is difficult.
Instagram.
Actually, see,
This is
you
what
have to
people
see,
look
you
at.
know that the
So
winter
in the social media front, your presence is hardly, I would say, insignificant.
So the next,
your competition is there. Adani is there.
next
Vali is
milestone is
there.
approaching. We have to see how
Your
hard how soft the
your
winter
others are
is
there, but I don't
globally.
see you there.
So
So may
it
I
will
suggest
depend.
that you have a team
Right.
just
And right
for
now,
social marketing?
are we at the same
social
level of
media
utilization? If
marketing.
you could
Thank you very much.
state
It's
that.
a very good suggestion, but even
Yes,
last
you can
report
also
I
check that
got
from
from
the
marketing
BPSC
team, we
guidelines
got
as well. So
LinkedIn,
same
we are
level of
already there,
kind
even
of
Facebook, we have
important
more
utilization is
than
going on.
4,000 followers.
Okay. Thank you so much.
But maybe in some states, yes, we are strong.
Thank you. The
In
next
some
question
states,
is from the
because
line
of
of Aman
our
Chaudhary from
capacity
Jefferies.
was
Please go ahead.
400 megawatt,
Yeah, hi.
and
Sorry,
we were
cut off.
limited by capacity
Just
as
wanted
well.
to ask how
So
much
we follow
CapEx have we
strongly
done in
7S
FY26
structure
and till
in our
date in
business.
the
See,
petchem
when
plant
our sales
that we
increase,
are
our service
building?
needs to increase, our system needs to
Okay.
increase,
So petchem
but our
plant,
staff
we
need to
have
increase.
spent
But
around
until now, our
600
capacity
plus
was
crores.
400 megawatts. So if we cannot, if we get a big orders
This is till
from
date, right?
even in Gujarat, say
Yes,
like somebody comes and
till
gives
date.
15
And
megawatt order
out
last
of the
quarter, we
533
couldn't
crores that we
execute
have
those orders
done
because
as a
400
company
megawatt we
in
have already our
FY26
regular orders.
first half,
You know,
how
maybe
much
now
would that be for
we
the
can
petchem
start
plant?
5 megawatt, 10 meg, not even more than 15
Major
megawatts order in a month.
portion will
Still
be
we may
on
do up
petchem
to
only.
5, 10 or 15 megawatt because we have already existing business and
Okay,
channels
sure.
available. And marketing we do step by step, but
Okay, sure.
it
Thanks.
is very good suggestion. Maybe to expand in Facebook, it is
Due to
not
time
very
constraints,
costly,
that was the last question
and
for
also
today's
in
conference. I now hand the conference
Instagram
over
and
to the management.
LinkedIn.
Thank
So
you,
I
and over to
will
you, sir.
put some additional pressure on
Thank you.
our team, and we will
Thank
make
you.
that achieve.
And I
But
would
as
like to
our
end by
yes,
stating that
YouTube
we
is a
remain
very good
committed to
channel.
India's energy
Today's
security
youth is
and
looking at
sustainable
YouTube.
growth. Thank
And
you
I
for
suggest
your support.
also working with
Thank you once again.
influencers. The fact, I know your presence, I mean, you have a very
On behalf
limited
of
manufacture
IIFL
and your
Capital
this thing.
Services Limited, that
And
concludes this conference. Thank you for
you
joining
don't
us,
have
and
much
you
to
may now
sell. But
disconnect
the
your lines.
point is that social marketing is actually seeding. The results you'll get in 2 years, 3 years, you must have a very strong presence. Regardless, you must have a spend on social media and take it up with take it from me. It really pays.
Yes. We already experienced well in say like Gujarat, because Gujarat we have very good so many installers in our database, so we can install 1.5 2 megawatt every month, and we had an influencer since last 8 to 12 months in Gujarat, also some YouTube advertisement and Facebook advertisement, and we, as you said, we are getting so many inquiries. You know, more inquiries as per our target. So similar things we can easily now start in Maharashtra and Gujarat and Rajasthan. But for that we need internal strength within a say like production capacity. We were limited by production capacity by now, but now with the YouTube and Facebook, the good thing is it's by postcode wise or by state wise. So until now we were strong in Gujarat. I'm not sure which state you are in, but if maybe you are in Bombay, then maybe within 3 to 6 months you will start looking some presence in that state as well. And if you are in Rajasthan, maybe you already start looking APS there. But currently these 3 will be our strategic, and MP we are adding on. So these 4 will be our strategic states for next 3 to 6 months. Then we will add some more states and more states.
Very good strategy. Can I continue with my question, or do you like me to
Thank
go
you,
back to
sir,
the queue?
Randeep, sir. We'll now move forward to the Q&A section.
But it is nice speaking with you, Sandeep, Mr. Kapoor. We will be in touch. And can you please pass our email address? So if he has a more question, we can always discuss, because it's always good to discuss with like-minded people.
I will put my question at the end of the queue. I have so many questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Nikunji, next question is from Nimit Mehta in the Q&A box. So his is, can you please explain the working of Kusum scheme? How is the tendering going on? What are current and expected tenders, and in which states? Second is your market share in solar pumps. Given that a lot of new players are getting aggressive, what do they think? What will be happening to the pricing?
Okay. In solar pump, it's by tender and it's by qualification criteria. So until now, solar pump tenders hardly 15, 20 or maximum 30 players can be qualified for a solar pump tenders, and usually they need like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 solar pump experience. So maybe the new players, it's not very easy entry for solar pump segment. I'm not sure which particular segment Nimit is trying to say, but the current government solar pump segment is restricted by experience, and it's by tender. So once the tender, and most of the all of the tenders are already allocated, and it comes with fixed profitability. In the other question for the Kusum scheme, there are a Kusum A, Kusum B, and Kusum C. So one of the Kusum C is like pump, then Kusum A is like a PPA agreement, and a Kusum. So there are various Kusum Yojana within PM Kusum scheme. So we need to know which particular PM Kusum scheme he wants to know more. If for ground mounting PM Kusum scheme, APS is currently not very much active. For residential rooftop, yes, we are. And for a solar pump, yes, we are. So 10 states currently, we got the local agency already approved us for the work, and many of the states we already got work allocation done, and some states we are expecting within coming periods.
So next question from the Q&A is from Tejas Khandelwal. So his is, what is your take on the realization of solar modules going forward? So this is because some competitors experienced 4 to 5% drop in the realization on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Second is, what is the capacity utilization we'll be looking for financial year 2027?
Financial year 2027. See, capacity utilization again depend, say like APS have a 13-year experience, and we are expecting to run 1.2 gigawatt capacity at the end of 13-14 years, by again after 6 months. So for us, we don't feel the challenging, but if the solar panel manufacturer who are limited by segment, like who are just doing ground mounting, or who are just doing say like a distribution only, then definitely they have to recheck before expanding their capacity. In terms of the realization in a profit, as long as we are able, say, to utilize 60-70% of our capacity, we are expecting similar profit from profit margin from the business, because we are diversified solar panel manufacturer who have the solar panel supply also, solar pump in our portfolio, and retail direct retail and C&I projects in our portfolio as well.
Now, one last question. This is from +91 Asset Management. So you are moving from modules into solar cell manufacturing. What strategic edge will you have in this backward integration given government TLI support and intense Chinese competition?
See, China is in solar cell manufacturing since last 15-20 years. We are protected by the government policy. So, and government policy is already there from 2026. We need DCR cell, and maybe after 6 months or 12 months, it's too early to say, but maybe they will further strengthen the requirement for imported solar cell within in a country as well. So we don't need to see how we can compete China, because it's like somebody is studying in PhD and somebody is in year 10, and we are trying to compete between those two students. It's a little bit bitter to hear, but this is the truth. When we see the Chinese company and the growth of the Chinese company and government support and the industry support, and it's at a different level. But good thing is we have our own policy, we have our own demand, we have our own market, and we as a APS, if by entering in solar cell, currently we are seeing the margin, so much margin we are losing we are paying to solar cell manufacturers. But the good thing is we have a long-term good supply, so we can at least getting a continuous supply. But if there will be enough capacity in coming period, there are two types of solar cell manufacturer also coming. Some who already have a solar panel facility, some who doesn't have a solar panel manufacturing, and they are just coming with a fresh background in solar cell manufacturing. Some are already contacting us for the long-term contract with them because they don't have a solar panel, but they are coming with solar cell. So in that case, the companies who will have right amount of capacity in both for solar cell and solar panel, they will have a sustainable margin long term. Example, if APS needs 2 gigawatt solar panel and APS will have a 3 gigawatt solar cell, that called right. And if we consume 70-80% of a solar panel within our business and 70-80% of solar cell for our business and little bit supply to other company, then those company will be always sustainable. But if somebody have 15 gigawatt capacity and if their utilization will go say like a 5 gigawatt or 6 gigawatt, they will start losing money. I hope it clears the answer of the question. But if there is a further questions anyone have, please pass our email address and we will address each and every question.
Thank you, sir. That was the last question. Now I would like Nikunji and Kalpeshji to move forward with the closing remarks.
Once again, I can see more than 56 party for earning calls. I'm very, very happy to see all of them, and thank you very much for time you have spent and all the questions you have asked to us. Sorry, due to time limit, we couldn't answer each and every question, but you can take our email address from Confidently Partners and please send us an email and we will answer each and every question within a timeline. Thank you very much. Thank you.